Mortal Kombat. Welcome back, guys, to another Six and Below movie podcast. This week, we're journeying to Shao Tsung's island for Mortal Kombat. I'm Erik. This is Darren.
Hello, and welcome into the Six and Below movie podcast.
Cue the intro.
So, Erik, do you want to let us know the vitals?
Yes. So, this lovely film was released in 1995. It had a rating of 15. On IMDb, it currently stands as a 5.8, which is why we can do this one. And the Metacritic is at 60. So, this film had a very modest budget. It got an estimated $18 million, but it did very well in the box office. So, in the opening weekend alone, it made its money back, $23 million in the US and Canada alone, opening weekend. And that was over the 20th of August, 1995. I don't think many people had much to do at the time.
And to be honest with you, if you look at inflation, it's probably triple that. Like for 2023. And the Marvels has only hit 46.
The Marvel. I don't think we could compare stuff to that dumpster fire. The gross worldwide on an $18 million budget was $122 million.
So it made total
Worldwide on an 18 mil.
That is good.
That is really good.
Really good.
Imagine though if you'd thrown like 20 quid into the mix and was like, "Where's my return?"
Year 1995, around that period, Jean-Claude Van Damme films were massive. So it was a big hype, wasn't it, around like martial arts style films. You had like AWOL, you had Double Dragon, Double Team, or whatever it was.
If I remember reading correctly, wasn't he originally, he wanted him in this film, but I think he decided to do Street Fighter instead.
That came out similar year as well.
Yeah. So I think ideally they wanted him for this film because I think one of the characters in it, was it
Johnny Cage,
probably. I think, Johnny Cage was based on Van Damme from Bloodsport.
Yeah.
That's where they got the inspiration from. Yeah,
I've heard that before.
Yeah, because I know, obviously you can imagine where Liu Kang inspiration came from.
Yeah, Jet Li, not Jet Li.
Jet Li.
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee himself. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So back in '95, how did this do against other films?
So in the top, I think it's like 200 films or so in 1995. It ranked number 23. Now, number 1 was Toy Story with 244.65 million. Then Apollo 13 was 223 million. And then Batman Forever, which we had done a few weeks back, was 184 million.
Was that number 3?
That was number 3.
Holy crap. Tell you what, love Apollo 13. Toy Story, though. And that was like revolutionary at the time.
It was a game changer when that came out, wasn't it? Because you've never seen anything like it. I remember being in one of my friends' house when it was in like Boys Brigade or Cubs or something like that. And I went around the house and I was watching it. It was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I've never seen anything like it.
Wasn't that the first like full film that was completely computer generated?
Yeah. It was wicked though when it came out.
But you think nowadays, you think, oh well, it's just bloody Toy Story. But if you think back then, 1995, obviously it was released in 95, so it was made before then. So what we talking there, like Microsoft 3.1, Microsoft DOS, them kind of computer systems at the time, and this was made on them. That must have been painstaking.
Yeah, and to be fair as well, it's still watchable this day and age. Yeah. You can still put it on with your kid, watch it, no problems whatsoever. And it doesn't seem outdated, even the storyline and everything to it. Yeah,
it completely holds up. And obviously they had the top-notch voice acting, because obviously you had...
Tom Hanks,
you had... who played Buzz? God, why is... Mine's gone blank again. Steve? Is it Steve?
No, it's Steve? The guy from the Home Improvements next door.
Yeah, what's his name?
Is it Woody somewhat?
No, Woody's. What's his face's character?
Right, okay. This is going to
do
me.
What's his name? Is it something Allen?
Woody Allen.
No, it's not Woody Allen.
Do you want to talk about some of the other bits and I'll try and get back to us?
Yeah, so you were talking about the ranking. So where did this come in 1995?
Well, this came 23rd.
Yeah.
But other films that it did beat believe it or not, it was actually a higher ranking with box office money than Casino.
Really?
Yeah.
With De Niro?
With De Niro. Bad Boys.
No.
Yeah, it beat Bad Boys.
You could
and
fuck right after this beat Bad Boys.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it? Bad Boys is a quality film, a really good film. And Casino is one of the best films out there. Still holds up to its day.
Casino's a fucking amazing film.
And Judge Dredd.
That I can see.
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen, that's it. I knew it was something Allen. Tim Allen. Yeah, so they had some good names because in it because it really pissed me off when they recently, well not recently, but the last few years when they released that Buzz Lightyear film. Lightyear was it? That they fucking replaced him with I think they replaced the voice with Chris Evans. I think they replaced the voice with him.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they've gone a bit woke with it, haven't they?
I don't know. I enjoyed the story. It did go a bit woke, but then again, it's Disney, and Disney are on a woke campaign. You seen that South Park episode yet?
Oh yes,
the Pandaverse. I've not watched it yet. I've seen clips of it.
It's funny. It's funny. They change Cartman into like a black woman.
Jesus, isn't like Stan like a Korean lady and
yeah, it's funny. It is really funny. Worth watching there, guys. Worth watching.
I still need to watch that.
Directed by, buddy?
So this was directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, who has done some other films based on video games.
Yep.
So the majority of the Resident Evil films with Mila Jovovich.
I can never pronounce the surname.
I can't. Mila Jovovich, something like that. Anyway, that's his wife.
They actually met through the first one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also did Alien vs. Predator.
Yep.
Event Horizon, which is actually one of my favourite horror films, believe it or not. I'm not sure if it'll stand up to the test of time, but I remember the first time I ever watched Event Horizon was must have been about 12 or 13, and it just came on telly, and I'm in bed at night, pitch black, and I watched it and I thought, oh, this is a pretty good film, and then it scared the fucking shit out of me. And since then, it's always just had a place in my heart. Because
it scares you.
It's not very often like something scares you, especially when you become a big butch man like myself.
Did you ever watch It as a kid?
No, but
that one scared the crap out of me when I was a kid.
Oh, I can imagine.
I was about 12 or 13-year-old having a sleepover at someone's house.
Curry.
Put it on.
Tim Curry is it? It was Tim Curry, wasn't it?
The original one.
The original one.
Oh, God knows.
Played Pennywise. Fun fact: he's from Warrington.
Is it?
Tim Curry, yeah.
The original, yeah.
Yeah. So he's in Rocky Horror Picture Show. He's in Home Alone, like the hotel concierge, the hotel manager in Home Alone 2.
Oh, is he it?
He's it. He plays Pennywise in the original 90s, it, yeah.
No way.
Yeah, Tim.
Yeah, from Grappenhall. No way. He's from Warrington.
Yeah.
There's quite a few stars, you know, from Warrington.
Pete Postlewaite.
Yeah, I was about to say
whatever his name is. Pete Postlewaite, who apparently Steven Spielberg, after directing him on Jurassic Park, I think it was The Lost World, said he was one of the best actors he's ever dealt with.
If you didn't know,
he used to live in Birchwood.
If you never knew, we're from Warrington in England.
Oh, yeah. Probably worth mentioning.
Yeah, Big Wazza, man. Big Wazza, hometown.
And he also, so he did, I mentioned Aliens vs. Predator. He also did the Death Race films, which I think have got, what's his name?
Jason Statham. I can't stand that guy.
Yeah. So
Jason Statham.
I'd say a bit of a mixed bag. Resident Evil films, I think I only recall seeing kind of like the first and second one with her in. But I have a feeling they kind of went a bit downhill. Could probably stick a few on our list, to be fair.
Yeah, to be honest with me, it's a bit like Bud Light stock markets. The first one's really good, and he's just gone.
Pretty much.
Yeah, the recent ones, mate, are absolutely terrible. So the film itself is actually written by Kevin Adruni, who's mainly done TV series, and John Tobias and Ed Boon are both game developers for the Mortal Kombat series. Yeah, so something there for you.
Obviously, if you've been living under a rock for many years, you might not know that Mortal Kombat is actually based on a game.
Did you play the game when you was younger?
Yeah.
I absolutely loved that game as a kid.
I had it on, I never had a Mega Drive, but my mates did, and I used to go around days and I used to smash it. I was terrible at it. Who was your favourite character?
It's got to be Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
I love Sub-Zero. I remember when I watched this film as a kid, when Sub-Zero appears, I was like, yeah. And I'll be honest, watching it again, I kind of got that same feeling.
I did as well. It's nostalgia, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nostalgia, is it? Yeah, nostalgia. Love it.
I used to love Sub-Zero. I think it was the only one where I could do his move. You know, didn't he like kind of kneel down and do his, and then all
it's like an ice version of a Hadouken.
Yeah, it's like, and all the ice would come out.
Saying that, he actually uses this move, doesn't he, later on?
Yes, he does.
He does. Cheating bastard.
I know, right? They were cheating. We'll get into this in a bit, but fuck me, there was so much cheating going on in this.
Really bad. Okay, who's it star?
So we have not many big name people. Don't know if they were back in the 90s, other than maybe like Christopher Lambert from like, wasn't he in like Highlander?
Yeah, Highlander. He's
Yeah.
the biggest film that he done, but he's done quite a few other films. But regarding the other people, when I was doing a bit of like research on, I couldn't really see any massive name films.
No, the only other one I recognise, and I couldn't quite put my finger on, was Lyndon Ashby, the guy who plays Johnny Cage, because he was in Teen Wolf. I used to watch that a couple of years back. It's a bit of a cheesy series. Don't know if you've seen it. But yeah, he was in that. But the other characters and stuff, no, I can't say really. Other than Sonya Blade, so Bridget Wilson Sampras.
Yeah.
Married to tennis player Pete Sampras, I found out, surprised me. But she hasn't done anything like the year 2000.
All right.
It's almost like she married our Pete and decided, fuck it.
Yeah, have kids and retire.
Yeah.
Probably.
May as well, because she's got that tennis money and a few films under her belt. But again, I was trying to place her, and I'm like, where have I seen her before? Obviously, other than this film. Billy Madison plays the teacher.
Yeah, she did.
she was fucking terrible in this. But yeah, we'll get to that later on, I think. There's another guy I recognise as well, the guy that plays Shang Tsung. I can't for the life of me pronounce his name, so I'm going to let you have a go.
Oh my God, you threw me right on the spot.
Right under the bus there, mate. Go on.
I'm trying to read it in my head. Like.
Go on, pronounce it.
So I believe it's pronounced Hiroyuki Tawaka.
Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa.
Yeah, Tagawa.
Oh yeah, I've got it here. Hiroyuki Tagawa. Now, what have I seen him in before?
I'm not too sure off the top of my head.
See, I do recognise him from certain things. Let me just have a quick look. So, he was in a Tekken film. He played Hayarachi, if you say his name. Planet of the Apes, License to Kill.
So he has been in a few films, hasn't he, that one?
But it looks like he's done some TV work. So he's been in like NCIS Los Angeles. Done a couple of. He's done the voices for Mortal Kombat 11. He actually did the voice of Shang Tsung.
Talking about voice acting for the Mortal Kombat games, the brand new Mortal Kombat game, which just come out now, like a few months back for the Xbox and PlayStation 5, is Mortal Kombat 1. And the voice actor for Johnny Cage is no other than Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Really?
Yeah, he did voice acting for it.
Well, considering, like we said, that he based the character on him.
Yeah. So it's pretty much like a full circle, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. The other one, Trevor Goddard, who played Kano.
Yeah.
Now, I read a little thing about him. A lot of the audience, because of his Cockney accent, so he was obviously, I think he is British, but he was putting on a bit of a piss poor Cockney accent.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people out there who watched it thought he was actually Australian.
I thought he was.
No, he was supposed to be Cockney.
What?
Yeah, right. So apparently after this, in future games, they made him an Australian American character, right? And then apparently the actor Trevor Goddard, until I think he might have died, but I think until like he died, he then started identifying as Australian.
I generally thought he was meant to be an Australian accent.
No, Cockney. Well, he was just doing a piss poor Cockney accent. Yeah, but looking at this area, yeah, he died in 2003, but he's from Croydon, Surrey. Surrey boy trying to do a full-on Cockney accent, but obviously he did it that bad that an actual Brit didn't recognise it. And people think he was Australian.
Jeez, I never knew that, man.
Yeah.
And I'd like to get back to my amassing as soon as possible, if you don't mind. Now, when do I get paid?
So let us know down in the comments, what are your thoughts, guys? Does he sound more Cockney or does he sound Australian?
I thought he was Cockney. It was only when I was reading up a bit. I'm just trying to find it here now.
So you thought he actually sounded like a Cockney?
Yeah. I just thought he sounded like a really bad Cockney accent.
Nah, Australian, that, mate.
Yeah, here we go. So it says, in the original Mortal Kombat 1992 game, the character of Kano was Japanese-American. However, Ed Boon and John Tobias were so impressed with how Trevor Goddard portrayed him in the movie that they reconned Kano's history in future games to make him Australian, which they thought was Goddard's nationality. They later learned that Goddard had a Cockney accent, which they and many viewers confused for Australian, and that Goddard himself was actually born in England. However, Goddard had gone along with this and claimed to be of Australian descent until his death in 2003, probably because it made it easy for him to land movie roles.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Talk about faking it until you make it.
I know, right? So it's like, oh, your Cockney accent was that fucking shit, mate. Everyone thought you were Australian. Oh, I'll just identify as fucking Australian then.
That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that. What the hell? Okay, I've got some interesting facts about this as well.
Yeah, go on.
Since it was like a martial arts film, I thought, Joe, the fighting on the scenes, what did you think of them?
Some of them were good. I like the one where he's fighting the reptile. I thought that was good. I love some of the effects, like when he doing his I don't know how to
bicycle kick.
Hey?
The bicycle kick.
Bicycle kick.
Yeah.
What did I call it?
Yeah. Like with his hands.
And he did yeah, with my hands. But no, overall, I thought it was good. He used a lot of slow motion.
95 though, wasn't it? Like you say, Van Damme era. If you look at Bloodsport and AWOL, every single Van Damme's like a big high kick, slow motion, go.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Speaking of, I know you mentioned Bloodsport, but you notice there's no blood in this.
Oh yeah, not at all.
It's like zero blood, except near the end when
Shao Tsung got a little bit of a blood on his nose.
Yeah, it's like, how dare you make me bleed my own blood? He doesn't say that. That's from a different film. Anyway, sorry, you were talking about the martial arts. Let's get back to these facts. Sorry, guys.
Okay, yeah. So I thought it would be a little bit interesting now to do a little of a backstory on some of the characters what are in there. So Robin Shaw, who plays Liu Kang, some of his martial arts stats: 1982 to 83. He was international forms champion, member of the national wushu team, gold, silver medal at competitions in China, gold medal in weapons, 4-time traditional forms grand champion in California.
Chris Casamassa.
That's the one. So his martial arts stats: in 1993, AKKF Hall of Fame top competitor and instructor of the year. 91 to 92, weapons grand champion at several locations. 88 to 93, forms grand champion at many locations. He has been champion in Canada, New York, California, Kentucky, Washington, North Carolina, Denver, and retired from competition in 1992. Now, this one's the interesting one. So, Francisco is a French dude, I think.
Oh, Francisco Petit.
That's the one.
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero, yep.
Yep.
Is a world-class martial arts with an impressive background. He began his training at the age of 3 under the guidance of Japanese masters. In 1971, he drafted into the army in Africa, where he was wounded and became a prisoner of war for 6 months and was paralyzed. Yeah. After his release, he spent 5 months in hospital, and doctors told him he would never walk again. But with his own strengths and spirits, he recovered and became a great martial artist, stunt coordinator, and teacher. He also worked as a trainer and physical therapist for WWF Wrestling, and taught martial arts in Gold's Gym. In 2004, moved to Korea to improve his skills, and later to Spain, where he teaches martial arts. So basically, for someone who's got told he'll never be able to walk again,
well, he's done a lot, hasn't he?
It's just smashed the back out of everything which is martial arts related, isn't it? That was quite a lot there to take in, wasn't it?
It was quite a lot, and you did lose me for a sec.
Yeah, and then you got Keith Cook, who's Reptile, is an accomplished in martial arts of Wushu, Taekwondo, Karate, and 85 was Martial Arts Artist of the Year.
Nice. So it's good that they actually got some people who kind of know what the fuck you're doing in this.
Kind of, yeah.
Considering it's a fight.
But if you look at the fight scenes, like if you look at Sonya versus Kano, which is absolutely terrible, and then you look at Liu Kang versus Sub-Zero or Reptile, like you said, you both know what they're doing when they're doing choreography. Except
for the shitty CGI with Scorpion. But I know what you mean. No, some of the choreography, I mean, you're either having to do that over and over again until you get it perfect, or like these guys, they're very skilled in martial arts. Yeah, probably do a shitload of sparring. Like I say, the reptile scene, the Sub-Zero scene, take away some of the magic. Whatever it is, whatever it's supposed to be.
I was a bit disappointed with that, because they could have made that fight scene a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
It was like a little fight, and then Sub-Zero started doing his like freezing thing, which backfired on him because, he kind of cheated with water.
Yeah. Because that's why I like kind of the reptile scene, because although obviously how the reptile comes about in the film was a bit like out there.
30 years old nearly, mate.
No, but I mean the fact that doesn't he like jump into like a dead body and then all of a sudden he turns into kind of reptile. But the fight scene, except for the end when he does his little whatever scissor kick, bicycle kick, and he does that really half-assed backflip back through the hole in the wall. Yeah. Did you see that? Other than that, the scene was really good, but the scorpion scene when he goes through that portal. All I was thinking was, what the fuck is going on here?
Well,
where's he taking him here?
Don't forget on the game, Scorpion used to be able to teleport.
Did he?
Yeah, so you could move for like once. Sometimes he would go down and then come back up and do an uppercut on somebody.
I must have not learned that move.
He used to do the main one, which was
Get over here!
right, which drags him over towards him, and then you used to be able to do a portal where he drops down, then comes back up and like does an uppercut on him.
Well, knowing that now, that makes a little bit more sense.
And his lair, obviously, is like in hell type thing. But talking about that,
mate, do you know what his layer looked like though? To me,
yeah,
it just looked like it had a load of old fucking pirate ships in the background, a load of masts and stuff. That's what I was looking at him like. Are they
pirates
like
were evil.
I know, but it's like, are they in an old pirate's cave? It's like, are we going to go find the fucking Goonies looking for fucking One-Eyed Willie? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm imagining it, but it seemed to be a lot of fucking pirate shit in the background.
But,
sorry, go on.
Right, I was just about to say that. But do you know the scene when he takes his mask off, right, and he's got a skull?
Yeah.
Right, he does his little flamethrower face thing at Johnny Cage. Don't you think it's a slight weakness, right, when your whole blood system is flammable? So he gets cut in his arm and then the flame goes, pops up, right? And then Johnny Cage jumps up, hits him in the chest with his shield, blood comes out, which is flammable again, starts burning up on the side, then gets hit on his head and it explodes.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bit of a weakness, isn't it? When you bleed, you actually blow up.
I was wondering that because, like, he's there and his head's on fire and then Johnny's like, oh, and kind of dives out the way and he explodes. I was like...
I mean, just imagine this, right? You're Scorpion, right? You've been on a night out or something like that. You wake up, you got a nosebleed. You're like, shit, my face is on fire.
Shit, I'm going to blow up. I'm going to blow up.
Do you know what I mean? Or cuts his feet, he falls off his bike as a kid, scrapes his knee. The whole neighbour's house has just been blew up.
Oh, fucking hell.
So when you were a kid, right, you used to get cut up all the time, didn't you? Falling off your bike or doing whatever. Falling out of a tree.
He's a fucking fighter as well. So. but what happens when that fucking thing comes out his hand? Because he has a cut then. I don't know why there are no like flames. Like, what is going on inside this guy's body?
Well, it's not a cut, it's part of him though, isn't it, that?
I know, but what is going... What have they done to his body that he's fucking flammable? And as... I don't even know. It's like... a Hoover end's coming out of his arm.
It's a bit like a clown's sleeve as well, isn't it? No, with like napkins coming out. It's like, how long was that rope coming out, and how is that going to fit into his arm?
Wait, when he's going around the trees when he's trying to get Johnny Cage, and he comes out and it's like round the fucking trees. I'm like,
it's like half a mile long, and then he whips it back into his sleeve. He's like, gone.
Get over here.
Get over here.
Oh, I've just read a little funny little fact. So, what did you make of Raiden? Because reading this, apparently Sean Connery was the first choice for the role of Raiden.
Oh, I wouldn't like that either.
He turned down the role as he wanted to play golf and wasn't interested in a physical role. Now, I'd rather fucking play golf. Could he cast Christopher Lambert, his fellow castmate from Highlander? But I love that in Highlander as well, though, because you had Christopher Lambert, and I think, if I remember correctly, in Highlander, Christopher Lambert was still learning English when he was recording the film, right? So you had Christopher Lambert playing a Scotsman, and he had like a fucking foreign accent. I don't know where he's from.
Where is he from?
I'll have a look in a sec. But anyway, you had him playing a Scottish fella in like whenever like the 1200s, whatever, and then the guy comes to visit him called the Spaniard, who is fucking Sean Connery with a Scottish accent. So apparently he was born in Great Neck, Long Island, but he left the US when he was 2 years old. His father was a United Nations diplomat and he was assigned to Switzerland. As a result, Chris was educated in a private boarding school in Geneva. After a few small parts in French films in the 1980s, he successfully competed for the title role in Warner Brothers' Greystoke.
Yeah, but I never realised how big his head was.
His head is fucking massive.
It's huge.
That fucking lampshade doesn't do him any favours, does it?
It did make me laugh though, right? The first scene when you see him come in, right? All the monks bow down and stuff like that. Like Liu Kang's looking at him like that. Don't you think it looks a little bit odd, right? That everybody's from like Malaysia and stuff, right? And the god is a white guy. And Liu Kang's like, that's not a god. That's not a god. Yeah, because he's a white guy, mate.
Yeah. But he comes along with that fucking lampshade on his head and he's walking down and you don't see his face. And then it's just that first shot when he looks up, I just burst out laughing because he almost looks like he's kind of like either he's a bit cross-eyed, which I think he is anyway as an actor, but he almost looked like he was like, shit, am I in the wrong place here? I walked onto the wrong set. Sorry, guys. No, this is right, Christopher. Calm down. He just looked confused to where he was.
Right, another thing as well. Liu Kang, right? Was that his real hair?
Oh, mate, that fucking hair. Is it me, or did as the film progress, did he get bushier?
It's got some volume, hasn't it?
Mate, I don't know what shampoo he's using.
It reminded of like a poodle or some shit.
Well, it started off quite flat, and then every time he wins a fight, it just full on do. But my God, I mean, like, dude, you need to look like Bruce Lee. Stick this wig on.
It's like, wait a minute, you look too much like him now, so make it bigger so he can't get sued.
There must have been, I imagine he probably had his own, what would be the word, like fluffer? Like literally, to go in and fluff his hair.
I just stick it in.
Like, cut everybody, cut. We need a bit more volume. Get in there, you hairdresser number 2. Get in there. Just give it a rustle. Give it a fluff.
Oh my God.
You know, bit of fluff.
I don't know if you noticed this as well, right? But one of the very first scenes of the film is Sonya and Jax. They're at the club chasing down Kano. What was that scene about? They go in the club, right? One of Kano's guys has an SMG, open fires a bloody machine gun, right, into the crowd of dancers. She turns around, takes him out with a shotgun. Not a single dancer turned around or was even asked. They just carried the dancing like that.
Mate, as well, as she's walking through, she's just twatting people out the way.
She's fucking gun butts everybody. She's like, instead of saying like, excuse me, can you get the push? She's like, fuck off. Fuck off.
Or police you want to clear out. All these people are there just having a good time, just maybe had a pill or two and just listening to their fucking dance music, and then all of a sudden, fucking shotgun to the face. What the fuck? Mate, she
was she have a flashlight?
Mate, she was fucking on one. Through the whole film, she's just kind of like, no, nobody can do fuck all for me. I'm an independent woman.
One of the things where it made me laugh as well, mate. I don't know if you noticed, every time she walks around, she looks like she shit herself.
Yeah, she does.
Right, especially that scene when they're in the food hall and they have that fight.
Yeah.
It's like quite a good little fighting scene. And then Raiden comes in there. No, he says like, no, can you fight the other 20 people? And they turn around and everyone's like, with the weapons.
Yeah,
yeah. But when they're walking out that room, just literally she walks out like that. But she's crossing her legs over a little bit and she looks like she's took a shit. She's like squatted down a little bit.
No, I actually know what that is. It's because the character, apparently in her backstory, has a stick so far up her own fucking ass. She can't walk properly. Because even at the beginning when they're going into the club and she's like, I don't trust anybody but myself. I'm the only one I trust, man. But
no wonder a partner got killed. I
know. And then fucking Cockney Australian fellas there having a chat with fucking, what's his face?
Shao Tsung.
I don't know why I can't remember his name. Shao Tsung. So he's having a chat with Shao Tsung and he's like, oh, you've lured him here. I've lured him here for you. And then just gets off down the trapdoor.
Yeah, just gets off.
You say, when that guy comes out, like you say, with the fucking, what's going on in that club? Full of zombies or something? Full of fucking zombies.
They didn't react whatsoever.
No one reacts. They're just too into the music. I know like the 90s rave scene was like, you know, bit of a pill popping.
Have you seen John Wick 4 yet?
I've not, no.
The same thing happens on that. Right, John Wick's having a full-on fight with some guy who's like 7 foot tall, like a brick, like Kingpin from Spider-Man type thing.
Yeah,
He's getting thrown around, smash him in the head. In the end, John Wick ends up sticking an axe into his head in the middle of a club on a dance floor. Everyone's just like,
just give a shit.
Me and Leanne are like going, what the hell's going on there? Why is no one like reacting to like somebody just being butchered in the middle of the floor? Never mind a whole fight and everybody getting shot.
So I mean, if I've ever been in a club when there's been a fight going on, everyone fucking notices. Everyone's having a look. Yeah, especially a fucking gunshot. Especially if people are getting fucking shotguns to the face, fucking gun, like the butt of the gun straight in the fucking face. But Jax, her partner, wasn't he a character in the original Mortal Kombat?
Yeah,
well, maybe not the original, but one.
Yeah, he's the guy with 2 metal arms. But in the Mortal Kombat film that came out about 2 years ago, he's in that film, and you see him get his arms ripped off, and he has like bionicle arms. They probably didn't have CGI to do it. One thing I did actually really like about this film, like I say, the CGI is terrible. It really is. It's outdated. It's not lasted long. But however, I like the scenes with the set. The set is so good. Like like for example, when in the food hall or when they're having the fight scenes, the whole scene is good.
It is refreshing to see. I thought that myself because nowadays everything's fucking green screen like this.
Yeah.
But it was nice to go back and see some actual good. Well, I wouldn't say good, but set design and good location. You know, which was refreshing, and I agree with you. You know,
yeah, you can appreciate it.
Yeah, you can appreciate the you know, you can appreciate the work that's gone into it. That someone's gone in there and actually designed these sets. You know, you don't really see that anymore, other than maybe foreground sets, and then the rest of it's like green screen, like the distance and stuff like that.
Men in Black's a good example of that.
Exactly. So don't get me wrong, in a few of the scenes in this film, it was kind of like that, and it did look a bit shit. Like when they're on the cliffside, when when Johnny Cage is fighting that four-armed fella, like that. Yeah. Considering 1995, some of the CGI was fucking shit. The one thing I did like is I like the four-armed fella.
Oh, Goro.
He just loved putting his arms up. I noticed that his arms were just up here the whole time. It's like just having a conversation with Kano.
Like I say, it's an old puppeteer as well, isn't it? The way it's all done.
Yeah.
It's not CGI'd or anything the way they've done it.
No.
That's one thing I did like.
I will tell you something. I'd say
stuck at his house.
Well, I'm doing it in honor of him because like he has a full-on conversation with Kano pretty much, and his arms just totally up. It's like they got stuck and just thought, fucking just go with it. But I'd say his is it a puppet or is it CGI? But all I'll say is he looked better than the characters on Men in Black we did last week.
Definitely.
He would pass for well, not real, but you know, more than the Men in Black characters would from 2019 or whatever it was. Just moving on slightly on the film. So what's his name again? Shang Tsung. I'm never going to remember that name. Shang Tsung. Why is he picking the fighters in the film? Because he appears, obviously he
wants to win.
Well, he's in Kano's office, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's in Kano's office, so he's trying to lure Sonya in to follow Kano. Then he pretends to be Johnny Cage's like agent or old friend or something like that. I
think it's his old master who taught him martial arts.
Right, is it? Yeah. Oh yeah, because he calls him master something, doesn't he? Yeah, and then he's appearing in what's his face's dreams. What's his name?
Liu Kang.
So he's appearing in Liu Kang's dreams as well because he's in the very beginning. He's defeated his brother in the Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, kills him, takes his soul.
That makes me laugh. That scene.
Your soul is mine.
No, when he has him by the hair there, and then he does that face. I'm coming for you, Liu Kang. But at one point, I think there's a flashback. And he pulls his hair up and it's almost like, pose for the picture. I'll tell you what was good graphics though, on that opening scene when it zooms into his face and it turns into the skull.
Yeah.
I thought that's held up well.
Yeah, as that's to be fair. Yeah, it did.
Because I was like, fuck me, that's a bit scary.
Watching it with your kid, come on, watch this martial arts film. It's all right. Like, shit! Cover your eyes.
Well, at first I thought, I might let my daughter watch this. You know, although it's a 15, it's like a 15 back in 1995 when I don't know, everyone was scared of their own fucking shadow. Nowadays, you see scarier scenes on Mr. Beast videos.
Yeah, true.
I was thinking I maybe won't let her watch it, but to be honest, she probably would have loved that skull scene. But I don't know if it's a bit too much for a 7-year-old.
Do you know what? You can watch it next week with her though. Because what we got next week?
Are we doing Jingle All the Way?
So Jingle All the Way is next week.
I like
and
Jingle All the Way.
The week after will be Fred Claus.
I love Jingle All the Way. Fred Claus can suck a dick. Because it's got fucking Vince Vaughn in it. I fucking hate Vince Vaughn. Vince, if you're out there, try acting, mate. You might actually earn some better movie roles.
If you want as well, Vince Vaughn, you're more welcome to come on our podcast and settle Eric.
Bring it on, bitch. I've been watching Mortal Kombat. I know how to do the
slow motion kicks.
Yeah. Bring it on, Vincey. Oh mate, when they get into the boat, you know, when they get on the dock. Did you notice what's with all the welding going on in that dock?
Oh my god, I was just about to say the same thing. Right, I don't know what it is, right? It's like people grinding or welding all over the place. Even Johnny Cage, when he's doing his film, when we first meet him, the sparks flying in the background. Yeah. And then you go on the dock, and it's just like overkill with the sparks. I feel like I'm watching Michael Jackson getting burnt on stage or something running past.
No.
Shamor!
I mean... I mean, I could understand a few of them, but every fucking person on that dock, unless the people queuing for the boat, other than the people queuing for the boat, are fucking welding away.
It's crazy. There's a lot of work going on, isn't there?
I know. Oh, yeah. Oh, speaking of Johnny Cage and his film, apparently in this, Steven Spielberg was quite a big fan of Mortal Kombat, and he was supposed to be the director of the, do you know the beginning bit? Do you know when Johnny Cage does that fight scene, and then it turns out that it's kind of a film that he's doing, and he says to that guy,
"You're killing me, Johnny. You're killing me. Get back."
Yeah, well, the guy they hired looks like Steven Spielberg.
I thought it was at first. I looked on IMDb. I was like, wait a minute, is that Spielberg?
No, well, it was supposed to be. But I think there was some kind of conflict or something, and he ended up not doing it. But so they got someone who's a lookalike. So that's why it looks like Spielberg. But I love that when they're doing that, and he goes, "This is the part where you fall down." And I'm like, and then it turns out it's a film.
And he does it in Goro as well later.
Yeah.
This is the part you fall down after dropping into his splits. Cock shot.
Oh, I fucking love that bit. But yeah, and then when going back to the dock, they're on they're on the dock, and Sonya and Jax are there, and because they're looking for Kano, because he got a tip off that Kano's going to turn up at some point. And then she sees Kano's like, right, because he's been tasked with luring her onto the boat. So he's like, right, come on, like, I'm going to get onto the boat now. And he's walking across, and she's like, there he is, and she runs off. I just love Jax because he's like, Sonya, no. Sonya, come back.
Literally, she's 200 yards away, and he's shouting at her going, Sonya, come back.
Sonya, no, I think it's a bad idea. Go, no, come back, please, no.
He's really thinking to himself. So when he gets back to the police station, he's like, I tried my best to stop her.
Yeah.
I got a promotion now, though.
Yeah. He's probably thinking, thank fuck she's gone. She's so hard to work with. She just goes around twatting people in random clubs. She does. It's
because she wears a hat so low down she can't see anything. I was thinking, who wears a hat that low? It's like that on the face. No wonder she was gun butting everybody walking past.
Probably doing it by accident. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Get back to your dancing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but that bit though. Oh, Sonya, no. He probably, once she got on the boat, he probably just stood up and just went, I'll go on then. Didn't even try and follow her on the boat or anything.
Oh, was you?
Oh, what the fuck? Do you see how creepy that boat was?
Yeah, it was rickety as death, wasn't it?
There's no way I'm getting on. If that pulled up, I'm like, that does not look safe. How is that even floating? I ain't getting on it. I love that bit as well when he sees Liu Kang.
Gives him money.
Give them money and says, yeah, I give you the money and you put them bags on the boat.
A little bit stereotypical racist, that, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Just Asian guy just happens to walk past him while they're in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Just like...
You're the porter looking after our baggage.
When the boat comes, stick them on. But all that luggage, though, when they get to the island and everyone's there, just a little backpack, and like Luke Cage is there with like trying to get off the boat with all his fucking luggage.
Just carrying it all the way upstairs. He drops them halfway down, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. You just see all the bags just falling down.
To be fair, Johnny Cage was quite a funny character, wasn't there, with some of the lines he was coming out with?
Yeah, he was definitely like the comic relief in it.
Yeah.
I liked him, man.
I did, to be fair. I thought it was quite a good character. There's one scene as well that made me laugh, is when they've just finished the first fights each, and then we see Goro speaking to Kane. But just before that, you see Goro in his shadows, don't you? Walking around, there's like reflection on the wall type thing.
Yeah.
And it makes the noise. Johnny Cage turns around to Sonya, because she's been saying all the time, like, I don't need backup. He turns around to Sonya and goes, tell you what, why don't you go and have a look what's happening there? Make sure it's safe, then come back and get me and Luke.
Yeah, I love that bit.
It's like, funny.
Well, going back to that like dinner scene, when they're all sat down having a feast and what have you, and he says, like, welcome to Mortal Kombat. You will enjoy your last night because you're going to die and I'm going to fucking suck up your soul or whatever. And then all of a sudden, what a fucking shit host. A load of fucking greased up fucking six-pack fucking Asian guys come in like, rrr, and then they come in and start clearing the tables out, throwing shit on the floor. They'll just be like, I've not eaten anything yet, you fucking bastards.
It's like a game of bullseye. This is what you could have won.
Yeah. But then they start chucking everything on the floor, and then literally a split second later, they're in two rows opposite each other, and there's no mess on the floor. There's no mess anywhere.
It's all cleaned up in his tray.
Mate, they've tidied up. I don't know where he's getting his staff from, but fuck me, I hope he's paying them well because they deserve a fucking raise. And then he showcases Sub-Zero, doesn't he? And it's like, surely that guy, that greased up fucking guy that comes up and starts doing this.
That's what made me laugh. He's literally showing off his fight scenes, like his skills, for like 5 minutes, going, doing his little moves, punching the air. That dude, you might. It's like the Batman scene again all over. It's like they waste 30 seconds to a minute just doing shadow boxing instead of actual fighting.
This guy clearly should know that he's going up against Sub-Zero, and there's no way he's gonna fucking win. So they basically said, you know what, you're gonna commit suicide. But it makes you think as well. Is like in this world, how often do you think they kind of practice that kind of entrance? Do you think they did like a little dress rehearsal with the main guy there coming in, right? So I'll introduce myself and then I'll point to you guys and you come down. I'll point to you guys and then we'll have you two. We'll have you fight Sub-Zero. Yeah. And that guy's like, why me, boss? What about this guy? Dude, swap with me. But it makes you think like, did you think they rehearsed this shit beforehand? Because he has a lot of people throughout the film doing quite like set pieces, like with his like monks coming in towards the end when they've all got the hoods down and they're all kind of coming into the room. And it's like, do you think they practice this shit? It's like
you looked far too deep.
Right, guys. It's 1 week until a tournament, and we've still not got the entrance down. Come on, guys. We can work better than this. Come on.
Like Louis Spence walking around. Get them kicks high. Get them kicks up.
Yes. Them curtains need doing. We need more rocks over here. A bit more smoke here. You, number 2. Oh, you don't come down very well. You know, when you're claiming these tables, you need to give it a bit more of an oomph. Because there's no way you just, from nowhere, you just come up with this shit.
You've looked well too far deep into this.
It does make you wonder, though, whether before they arrive, like I say, tournaments happen in a week. Everyone join us for dress rehearsals.
Yeah.
You need more grease on your nipples. I mean, they're all greased up like this guy up here, aren't they?
Definitely. I mean, the sales of baby oil in that year must have been through the actual roof.
Mate, I think, what was it, 18 mil? I reckon about $1 million was spent on baby oil.
At least. Stock markets, mate. That's where Elon Musk made his fortune.
Have you ever seen Family Guy, the greased up deaf guy? Yeah. You're never going to catch me. You're wasting your time. I think that's why they do it. But they can't get a grip on him. Grease them up.
What was your first thoughts on Liu Kang's first fight with that random guy? The one who kept roaring like a lion.
I was wondering, right, because they have... Who is he supposed to be? Is he from the game?
Oh, he's just cannon fodder.
That's what I mean. It's like he has his first fight, but everyone else who they fight is kind of like, I don't know, like the 4-armed guy or Sub-Zero or Scorpion, you know, with their powers. And then you just had this one generic cannon fodder guy who he decides to pin him against. And it was a good fight, but he beat him quite well.
Yeah, one thing got me as well, right? They had sticks in the ground and they just completely ignored the sticks whilst they started the fight. They started using sticks. They're actually full on hitting each other with the sticks, right? And the sticks are holding. As soon as the guy kicks the stick, it snaps in half straight away. And he's going around roaring like a bloody tiger or something all the time. It done me head in that.
I'll tell you what though, speaking of the sets, that little beach set, gorgeous. I'd love to holiday there.
Oh, look, wow. I think that was in like Thailand. Oh.
That's what I mean, because nowadays that would have all been green screen.
Yeah.
Mate, Sonya's first fight against Kano.
This scene, right? How? Is it just me, right? Do you know when you're playing like a computer game when you were younger and stuff like even now, right? And you're playing like a fighting game like Tekken or Mortal Kombat. Do you know when you're on the character selection screen and the character's up in the corner and like that, getting ready to fight her before you select the character? She does that when she's fighting. And it's really annoying. She's like just bouncing on the spot. Just. You know, and there's no way, right? She's got enough power generated in the bottom of her legs, in the top of the legs. Fair enough, in the thighs, you probably have to snap his neck, not by her bloody ankles.
No.
There's not enough power.
I mean, she's fucking like 2 stone piss wet through. He probably could have just stood up and walked away with her still dangling from his fucking neck.
Could have worn like a scarf.
Hey, but I heard in this as well, or read in this, that I think she insisted on doing her own stunts as well. So I think that probably kind of ruined her a bit, because I think in a normal film, they'd have maybe had someone who can do actual martial arts come and fill in the bits, you know, that are kind of usually good.
Well, it speaks for itself, doesn't it? You got people who know martial arts backgrounds like Liu Kang and Scorpion and Sub-Zero. They're doing their fights, and Reptile, right? Really, really good fight scenes. And then you got Sonya on the spot.
How was she ever a champion? But Kano as well, like, that character pissed me off. What's going on with that thing on his face?
It's on a computer game, that's what it's like.
I know, but what's it supposed to be?
It did make me laugh, though. Do you know the scene just before they get on the boat? And there's a close-up of him.
Yeah.
Right, you can see the red, right? No, his eyes like red, isn't it? Like, it's maybe like holographic or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But when the sparks are going off next to him, because you know the random guy who's doing bloody construction work, because the light from the sparks, welding. Right, you can see his eye underneath it.
Can you?
Yeah, you can see him blinking, like looking around. Because of the light from the sparks, but when the light's not on it, it's shining on it. You know what I mean?
I'll have to try and watch that, man. But I must admit, I was surprised when she snapped his neck, because up until that point, she's kind of come across as fucking holier than thou. There, because he killed her partner, or something. You know, that old, he killed my partner. And then she just snaps his neck like a cold-blooded bitch. Until then, like I say, she's been a bit holier than fucking thou. Well, yeah, and then Luke Cage wants a piece of her. What's his name?
Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
I'm combining two names there. I'm the one doing the bad names this week. Jesus Christ. But who's that like 1,000-year-old bird that kind of...
Katana,
yeah.
She was hot for a 1,000-year-old bird.
Oh, I know, right? What's with that scene, though, when they're kind of walking along and she's just kind of just... Like the eye candy just sat there, and then he gets reptile, doesn't he, to kind of keep an eye on her. Wait, how bad did reptile look there? Because
the backstory of that one is she was like the princess of the realm, what's been taken over previously.
And then the emperor's...
Yeah. So that's why when they go into the underworld, she's the tour guide instead of Raiden.
Right.
Because when they go through there, he says, I'm sure you'll find a new tour guide to help you. And then obviously they bump into her and she tells them everything. So when she's fighting Liu Kang on the beach, she's having a talk with him to try and give him information. She's saying, like, use the element to give you life. And that's obviously what defeats Sub-Zero. Because did you notice Raiden just walk in with 2 buckets of water and then just piss off?
I know, I didn't notice that. But why all the riddles? I mean, the fighting is shit. Why did you just say, dude, on the next fight with Sub-Zero, use water, dude. Water. Listen to me. Look at me.
It wouldn't make it as dramatic, though.
Look at me right here. Water. Not the element that gives you life.
And then he's fighting, he's like, he's looking around, he's like, oh, there's a bucket of water there.
Water? Yeah.
Wonder how that got there.
Yeah. Oh, I accidentally spilled this bucket. Good job there was a second one. Yeah, but her fight with Kano was just terrible. And Kano was just terrible. And real world, he would have kicked her ass, whether she knew Kung Fu or not.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, he probably could have just grabbed each of her arms and bear hugged her until she quit.
That's why you have, like, your weight divisions.
Exactly. And he had a fucking knife as well.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
He pulls out a knife and goes, "This killed your partner, this knife did." And she's like, "Oh, you terrible man." Oh, Jesus. Do you know what else she's been in, actually, thinking of it? Last Action Hero.
Is she?
So she plays Arnie's daughter?
Oh, I think it is her, isn't it?
It is her. Yeah. I don't know why it just popped into my head.
That's a really good film, though, that, actually.
I love that film, yeah.
I think that's a below 6.
It can't be.
Oh, it's around 6, yeah. I think it is around there. Let's skip forward a little bit until we get to the scene now where Goro has a nice little montage.
Oh, shit, yeah. So, when they get on the boat, don't they? There's like, obviously, there's the 3 main characters.
Yeah.
And then there's the other dude that Johnny knows, who's reading his magazine, because Johnny's whole background thing is that everyone thinks because he's a movie star, he's
his
fake.
Name? I can't remember what his name was.
He recognises him, said, "Oh, I seen you fight in such and such." I can't remember his name. And then there's like about another 100 people who are on the boat. I was at that point wondering, where is everyone else? And then we have a bit of a montage, don't we?
The death roll, like all it. For some reason, right? If you get thrown on your back like a turtle, that's it. You're dead.
They can't survive on the back. They are the turtling. Throw them on the back. That's them done. Your soul's gone. Because all he does is just flip him over, flip him over, flip him over, flip him over, flip him over.
There's like 25 people on this. Why wasn't that 1 or 2?
And then if you notice, like throughout like the start and stuff like that, the Raiden just picks up on them 2 and just ignores every fucking else on the boat. And he's just like, "I've looked into your souls and one of you's going to win it." And it's like, yeah, you might want to look again, dude, because one of them's Sonya Blade. I'm about a shotgun twatting people in the face.
She's not hard about a shotgun.
No, she's really fucking not.
After that montage, that guy fights Goro, doesn't he? Right, and he gets a few hits off on Goro, doesn't he? Am I right in thinking that?
Oh, Johnny's mate, yeah.
Yeah. He did get a few hits off on him, didn't he? Right, because when Goro kills him by doing like bloody gorilla smash on his head, which I don't think would kill him anyway, to be fair. Shang Kang, oh my God,
Shang Kang.
You've messed me up now because you were saying all these different names before. Shao Tsung.
Shao Tsung.
Yeah, right. Because you were saying all these different names before. I was like, wait a minute, which one is it? Yeah,
Luke
so
Cage
Shao
and
Tsung.
all that.
Yeah. Right. So Shao Tsung, after the fight, it turns around and goes, flawless victory. It's not. It's not a flawless victory. He got a hit. You only get a flawless victory in the game is when you get hit. Well, you beat somebody without getting hit.
Getting hit at all, yeah. But
It's wrong.
Doesn't he say at the end as well when he throws him onto the spikes?
Liu Kang does it to him.
Yeah.
So Liu Kang's been beaten up and stuff, then gets up, does him, and then he goes, flawless victory. No, it's fatality. That's what they should have said.
Yeah, he definitely got at least one little jab in, didn't he? I love that scene as well. Do you know when Johnny's going through the woods and he fighting Scorpion?
Oh my God. The cartwheel.
just after he does get over here, and then if that fails, he's like looking around and he's looking for Scorpion and he's like, where's he gone? Where's he gone? And then all of a sudden you just see him do this pikey little fucking cartwheel from behind a tree.
I was saying to that, I said, hey, Alan, right, watch this scene. It's just, no, I'm not interested in this anymore. So no, listen, watch this bit. And you just see her said, watch that tree. See a tree over there in the background? She goes, yeah. Look who's hiding behind it. Little cartwheel.
Mate, the fucking cartwheel is amazing. And it's just... It's like a half-assed cartwheel. But speaking of moves as well, I read a little fact on this. There's a scene when Sub-Zero and Liu Kang, remind me the name.
Liu Kang
are fighting, and I think Sub-Zero does like some backflips and stuff, forward flips down a ramp.
Yeah,
and it was supposed to be that Liu Kang copied him coming down it, but the actor Robin Shaw couldn't do it after a few takes, so in the end he just fucking runs after him down. Oh shit, never mind. Fucking runs down after him, and so they kept that shot in the film. But after I read it, I watched the film again and I was looking for it. I was like, oh, it's this bit here. And you just see him do his flips down, and then he just runs down.
What's your thoughts on the underworld?
It took me a second attempt to like kind of realize why he was kind of kidnapping Sonya, but it's because Johnny makes that deal with him that he wants to kind of skip ahead and fight Goro. Yeah. So he says, well, I want to fight Goro now. Fuck waiting. I'm going to get it over with. I'm going to fucking twat this guy. So he makes a deal, doesn't he? And he says, I'll let you fight him now, but I want to pick the person who fights me, my next contender or something. But it can be anyone I want, and he agrees to it. And then he nicks Sonya and takes her through a portal.
Oh, who would you rather fight, Sonya or Liu Kang?
Nah, I'd be fighting Sonya.
I think you hate women, you don't you?
I don't hate women.
Any chance to beat a woman up?
I hate bad women characters. I don't hate women.
Oh, we're messing by the way, guys. It's not legit.
Jesus. I love women.
Me too, coming after you.
Don't love me, but I love the women.
If you want to contact us, how do you do, Eric?
6 and below moviepodcast@gmail.com.
That's right. And don't forget, guys, if you do enjoy this, leave us a 5-star rating if you're watching it on Spotify or listening, shall say. And if you're watching the video on YouTube, hit that subscribe, comment and subscribe, and like, share, and everything. I'll tell you, Nana. Yeah, I'm sure she loves Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Your nan will love this film. I love in this film though, and watching it back because I hadn't seen this since I was a kid. It is that scene, and it took me right back when Johnny Cage is about to fight Goro, and he crushes his sunglasses and what have you, and then he goes, "Let's dance." Does the splits, punches him in the fucking groin. I was like, no way, because I had that like stored away in my head somewhere from when I was a kid, and I was like, until I watched it, I was like, that's the film it's from. That's where he got it from.
Yeah.
I hadn't realised, but yeah, I just love that bit. Let's dance.
Straightening knackers.
Mate, but the only thing that kind of pissed me off with that bit is like after he's there Goro's on the floor, like, oh, me balls and stuff like that. Why does Johnny just kind of like run away?
Because he can't defeat him in the ring, can he? He has to get him on the edge of the cliff.
Well, he could have just like started battering him and headbutting him, even giving him a few slaps.
Nah. You've seen the way he was roller poling other people around. Yeah. You don't want to get turtle back, did he?
I love that bit as well. So when Goro follows him to the edge of the cliff and Johnny's kind of hiding by the wall, and he goes, "Those are $500 sunglasses." And Goro turns around and goes,
eyes bulging out of his head.
tell you, I've got a note here on me, on my notes, obviously, but I don't know what it was, but Scorpion's eyes just really creep me out. He's got kind of like
dead
eyes.
eyes.
He's obviously got dead eyes, yeah. But when they zoom in on his eyes, it just, to be honest, I just love the way they've done them two characters in this.
Oh yeah, same with Reptile though as well.
Yeah.
Of them three characters, you know what I mean? You could tell, like I say, they knew what they were doing when it comes to the fighting, their choreography and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
And they say they kept the original outfits as well, which is really good.
But other than obviously the CGI kind of letting them down, especially with the with Scorpions, what are they even called? Is tentacle?
Get over here, Rob.
He's get over here, bro. He's get over here, tentacle.
Yeah.
What was your question? What did I think of the underworld?
Yeah. So we're getting towards the end now.
From like about half an hour ago.
To me, it reminded me of an old haunted house when you go to a fairground.
It was just a wasteland, and then I love that fight with what's his name, Reptile.
We covered that already.
Yeah, I loved it though, but when he defeats him and he does that fucking spinny thing through the thing, what's with all the cockroaches and worms that come out of his body?
Is Reptile one S? Was like, yeah, why would you have cockroaches? They're insects.
What's that there? Cockroaches and you've been fishing. You got your bait there. You got your maggots and that. Just chuck them on the floor. We'll film them.
Probably wasn't it?
But during that fight though, where the fuck was Johnny? Because Johnny must have just stood there and just fucking watched him and thought, fuck it, he can handle this.
Yeah, I think he was trying to pull Katana, wasn't he?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, because them two just stayed back, like didn't really do too much. But then this is where Katana tells him as well that you need to defeat his enemies, defeat himself, and then his worst fear.
Really later. Just before they go into the portal, Raiden goes to him. He says something like, "Oh, because we need to go into the portal and defeat whatever his name is, Shang Li. What's it?
Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung. We need to go in and defeat Shang Tsung."
Is this what I'm like every week?
I know. Yeah. It's annoying, isn't it? It's annoying as fuck. But when he says that and he goes, "I've taught you everything I know now." And it's like, have you?
Fuck all.
You've told him like 3 things. You don't know much, do you? Well, and he turns around and
taught him nothing.
It's like, I've now taught you everything I know. My contractual obligation to this film is over. See you later.
I'll catch you at the end, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and then we come across Shang Tsung. And he's got Sonya tied up, and he's put her in a pretty little dress and tied her up, and all kinky like.
It's fair. She looked pretty fit in that outfit.
even at one point, Johnny's there like that, and he's just kind of staring at her, and he goes, "Nice dress."
Doesn't it?
That end bit confused me a little bit because on my first watch, I was like, "Why is he taking her?" Because I think I kind of missed a bit of the dialogue where he agreed to him choosing whatever champion he wants to take with him to the Netherworld.
But they've got to accept it, though.
Yes, but if they don't accept it, does that mean that they forfeit?
Both parties have got to accept.
He's kind of like, he says, "I challenge you," and she says, "No, fuck off, I'm not going to fight you. And you've got me tied up, and I'm a wimp, I'm like £2 fucking piss wet for it." And he says, "Well, in that case, you forfeit." And then that's when Katana comes and says, like, basically pick on someone your own size. And he goes, "Okay, Johnny Cage, I challenge you."
It's going to be the weakest ones.
And then Liu Kang goes, "No, I challenge you." He's like, I like them. But then he cheats. He gets all his fucking soul army to come and...
Yeah. And it's the trope thing as well, right? The proper trope thing where there's 10 people fighting one person, the circle, get a nice perfectly formed circle, and take turns one at a time to fight him.
So polite of them, isn't it? They're just one at a time. I said that to Han when I was watching it with her. I was like, it's so nice of them to just come at him one at a time instead of all at once, instead of one sneaking up behind holding him.
Here's one. Have you ever seen a film called Ip Man?
No.
Do you know what? It's one of the best martial arts films out there, honestly. Based on a true story, it's the master of Bruce Lee, from when Bruce Lee was younger and stuff, getting trained up in martial arts. Yeah. And it's based in, I think it's like World War II era, and Japan have occupied parts of China. So they have a big competition near the end. And you have Ip Man, because he's like, the best of his martial arts, he's got a reputation.
How are you saying it? Hip Man?
Ip. IP.
Ip Man.
Yeah, so it's like IP Man, or Ip.
Yeah.
So they're having like a karate tournament, and the Japanese, obviously, they're saying like their martial arts is better than the Chinese is one and stuff. And then one scene, there's literally about 30 people who are like black belts karate against this one guy. but they're all fighting him at the same time. And it's the best fight scenes ever, honestly. After this, Google it, have a look, and I'll show you a little bit later on. Stuff like great fight scenes. If you like martial arts films, Ip, man, it's fantastic.
I'll check
really,
it out.
really good. Based on true story as well.
Nice little recommendation.
Yep. So back to that, the classic trope, all taking turns to try and fight him.
It's so nice of them not to do that though. But the other thing as well, right, is when near the end of the fight, he comes up behind, what's his name again? Liu Kang. Comes up behind Shao Chung, and like he's walking up the stairs towards him, and he's got his back towards him. He's got his back to him, and then all of a sudden he turns into his brother and turns around, and he's like, how is he confused? He's just seen him turn into his brother, and he even looks at him all quizzical and goes, "You're not my brother." It's like, no shit, dickhead.
Genuinely. He watched him transform in front of him, starts doing all this, and when he transforms back into Shao, oh my god, you messed with my names up now. Shao Tsung. It's when Shao Tsung turns back into his normal form from his brother. He looks surprised. He goes, "Whoa! Oh my god, was that you?"
Like it's this big fucking reveal.
And that's what believes it. Why didn't he just punch him in the head? It's like, boosh.
Why you stood there chatting? You know it's not him. Just fucking punch it. Yeah. So it gives him time to get his spikes up, doesn't it?
Which kind of failed and backfired on him in the end.
Yeah. I was surprised how easily Shang Tsung actually died. I thought he's like supposed to be some kind of fucking immortal fucking genie or something. And then he falls onto a spike, and do you know when he's dying and all the souls are coming out of his body, and you see his brother's soul come out, and he's like, we'll be together soon. And it's like, hopefully not too soon. But one of the souls that comes up at the background, it's like just this guy, and he just comes out and he's like this, and he just starts floating up. And I was just like, what's that guy doing? He's fucking loving this. Look, man, I'm floating. Oh, that got me. But no, going back to the music.
I loved it, you know. I think that's what made the fight scenes even better, was the music.
Mortal Kombat. I think I've read a few facts on that, because I think originally the studio didn't want to use like the dance music, wanted to go in a different direction, and I think they ended up like kind of pushing back and went to some studio and said, "Can you do us some dance music?" But then when the song was released, it went to like #1 or something.
Oh yeah,
like
shot
that,
right up, mate.
Yeah.
And the thing is as well, on the chart release for the music, it had the characters' names on it.
Yeah.
So when he was fighting Reptile, that was the song that went big for Mortal Kombat song in the charts. When Liu Kang was fighting Reptile, in my head, I had the song in my head. I was going, Reptile, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Liu Kang. And there was like going to the beat of the song. Oh, it's fantastic. Right, and then they finished off, went back to Thailand or wherever it was, the Temple Light. And then you had a bit of dodgy CGI at the end, and then they all just pulled the fighting pose.
Just talking about that ending, right? So they defeated them in the Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
So that guy coming out at the end, I assume is the Emperor.
Yeah.
So what was all the shit about Mortal Kombat if he could just pop out at the end fucking anyway? But just going back to the song, I found the thing I read. So it says, the producers were rejected by both Sony and Virgin Records for producing the film's soundtrack. They wanted to use electronic dance music, whereas record companies insisted on popular artists like Van Halen and Janet Jackson. The producers finally went to TVT Records, a relatively small record company at the time, and the soundtrack became the first platinum EDM record ever in history.
Just imagine Tina Turner. We're rolling down the river. A bit of a fight scene.
Where'd you get Tina Turner from?
Classic, isn't it?
Well, no, apparently, yeah. So the first electronic dance music to go platinum ever in history was thanks to this film.
So this film gave birth to EDM.
Basically, yeah.
Quality. And then credits. Film over. Yeah, I enjoyed that, mate. Really did enjoy it. So this is the part where we give the awards out. So if you want to give your verdicts on this film, your awards, let us know down in the comments for each of the one. Starting off with the Best Actor Award, and bonus points if you can guess who it is and what film it's from.
Yeah, that's right. You better walk away. Go on, walk away, because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Right.
Motherfuckers.
Who's the best actor?
Personally, Johnny Cage.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. She's really good.
He was great comic relief. pretty good actor in it, considering like everyone else in the film. I think a lot of them were kind of like let down because, like you say, Liu Kang was, was a martial artist. He wasn't really. Huh?
Liu Kang.
What's his name?
Liu Kang.
Liu Kang.
Liu Kang.
Liu Kang.
Not Luke Chang.
On my notes here, it says Liu Kang. It's a G silent, is it? Okay, that fella. But yeah, Johnny Cage. I liked him.
Yeah,
good actor.
Fair play, yeah.
So, what's your worst? Are you going to do your little Steven Seagal?
I've not given my one out yet.
Oh, sorry.
Jumping the gun. Jumping the gun.
Sorry, I thought you were agreeing with me.
No, I agree where you're coming from. I believe he's done good. Okay, he done good as well.
Okay.
I've actually gone for Shao Tsung.
Which one's that?
The bad dude. The villain. He was
The
a
one whose name I
believable
can't
villain.
pronounce.
I think he played the role as like the evil guy and like the bad guy really, really well. I quite enjoyed his performance.
Yeah, I'll give you that. He was good. Yeah. So
we got the worst actor, which is the AKA Steven Seagal Award.
Take you to the bank, Senator Trent. To the blood bank.
All right. Now, this is not saying that the actor in general is bad. It's just the role and the way they played their character in this film is bad. Not going off other films.
my worst one, I think we might agree on this one.
Yeah.
It's going to have to go to, drum roll please, Sonya Blade.
I think so, right?
I didn't know. Anyway, Sonya Blade. The performance was so wooden. The way she just marches round like she fucking owns the place. It drives me fucking mad.
People are out in a club celebrating a birthday, gets a shotgun in her nose, gun butted. She walks around like she shit herself. She's trying to fight, but she bounces like a character selection.
Oh, she's just shit. She's just shit. They could have got someone better for that, definitely. I'm not surprised she quit acting.
Yeah, best character.
My best character gotta be Liu Kang. What have you say his name?
Liu Kang.
Liu Kang.
We've butchered the names again this week. Every single week we've butchered names. I'm glad it's not me for a change.
It's usually you. Mate, through pretty much the whole of the Men in Black one last week, you were calling Chris Hemsworth Luke Hemsworth.
Completely got a wrong brother throughout the whole thing. You didn't correct me until the very end.
I didn't. To be honest, I didn't call on. Oh, Liam Nielsen that you kept on. Liam Neeson.
I always call him Nielsen. I don't know why. I always have.
Niels.
I was like my mum, syndrome comes off on her. Who's that character you love again? Is it Liam Neeson? Liam Nielsen, isn't it?
Go on, who was yours?
I've gone for Scorpion.
Good shout.
Yeah, he's like, say, when I was playing the game and stuff, I always used to play him in Sub-Zero, so they're my best ones. But Sub-Zero didn't really have a massive part, but the fight scene with Scorpion and Johnny Cage, I thought it was great. Just the downside, he's got flammable blood.
Just going back as well, just quickly to the worst actor, I must admit, I was on the fence between Sonya and Christopher Lambert. Raiden.
Yeah, he didn't really do too much either, did he?
He just wandered around like he was lost on the set and just kind of thought, fuck it, I'm going to improv this scene.
It's like your granddad's got Alzheimer's. He's like, come on over this way. Come back over here.
It's like he just turned up one day and they were like, okay, we'll give him Raiden's part. Put the hat on him.
Why are you dressed up as a little Chinese man from 14th century? We've evolved a little bit from now.
I know, right?
Christopher, come over here. Come on. Your tea's ready.
What would you say your three best bits were?
We've got the worst character.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I put that out. Who's yours? Come on.
I'll let you go first.
Kano.
Yeah, I agree with that, because like you said, I thought he was bloody Australian.
Mate, considering the guy's British, it's the worst Cockney accent I've ever heard.
Yeah.
You thought he was fucking Australian, and apparently so did most of the world. So much so that he fucking identified
I can't believe you thought he was
Australian.
a Cockney.
He was a Cockney.
Oh, that's not.
Mate, the guy's a Cockney.
3 things you liked.
I've actually wrote them down this week for a change.
Makes a change.
So I love the Let's Dance and then punches him in the balls.
Yeah, I've put that as well. One of them.
Yeah. The set design.
Yeah.
I know it's not really a best bit, but Sub-Zero and Scorpion and even Turtle.
No, you could go for the characters as well. Like you say, it's not just the best scenes, it's the best things you enjoyed about the film altogether. Yeah, so characters perfectly fine. So I've gone for the fight scenes, no wire works. So it was refreshing to actually see good choreographed fight scenes. And Monster, if you want to give us a sponsor, you hitting it up?
Yeah.
It's 10:30 at night. Can I just say something as well, ladies and gentlemen, right? Erik here about 4 weeks ago, before starting the podcast and stuff, never tried an energy drink such as Monster or Relentless or anything. Now the kid is on like 3 a day and then drinking them at 10:30. It's going to be 2 o'clock in the morning wired.
Probably, yeah.
My second favourite part, like I say, I like this fight scene with Johnny Cage, and also like Johnny Cage as a character with the cock shot. I think that was quite good.
Yes.
And the third thing that I most enjoyed was the opening credits, because that is the best opening credits with Mortal Kombat music blasting. Talk about getting a hype for the film.
Mortal Kombat!
Straight away, the first 30 seconds into it.
Yeah.
Sign comes up, rave music's kicking off, and then all the fight scenes with the music on just made you like, yeah, this is good, this. You know what I mean? You felt
definitely
getting in the moment and stuff. I loved it. Your personal, if you was doing it an IMDb rating, what would you give it?
What was it on now at the moment? 5.8?
It was 5.8.
I'd probably say a 6.1, 6.2.
I've gone for 6.
Just for the nostalgic value, really.
Yeah. The dialogue and that lot wasn't really there. The fight scenes, you know what I mean? There's more positives than negatives. Like you say, the start of it was really, really slow. That's the downside to it. It's about midway through when the fight started kicking off. That's when it started getting better. So yeah, I think a 6.
Yeah, I enjoyed the film. The fight scenes, like you say, was good. Seeing the characters, come to life from your video games. Some of them were a bit shit. Some of them were really good. Like Kano, bloody Mr. Forearms and shit. Not so much. But Sub-Zero, Turtle, and what's his face? Scorpion. Reptile, sorry.
Jesus.
Reptile.
Butchering names today.
What is wrong with me?
And we're finishing it off with our Hall of Fame. Where would you stick it?
Where would I stick this?
Where would you put it? So we've got 3 categories if you're listening on Spotify. We've got 1 to skip, worth a watch, and a must-see movie.
It's difficult, this. It's definitely not one to skip. Definitely not one to skip. I wouldn't say it's must-see. I think it's a bit of a niche. I think if you're out there and you like your video games, especially your kind of retro video games.
Yeah, and your Van Damme style fighting.
I can't believe they're classed as retro, because that's just showing me a bit old, but especially like, the originals, Mortal Kombat and so on. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, I'd probably have to put it in worth a watch.
I thought that as well.
Yeah. It's worth a watch. Like I say, it's a bit of a niche. If you're into your kung fu films and you're into video games, give it a watch. Don't take it too seriously. And give it a watch. But yeah.
Definitely.
Have you got anything else you want to say about this before we
No, I think that's pretty much covers everything. So do you want to go through the socials?
Yes, so as you mentioned before, if you want to leave us a comment, if you've we've got a list of films we're going to be doing in the future. Like I say, next week we're doing a Jingle All the Way. So if you want to recommend any films for us to watch, obviously it needs to be a 6 or below rating on IMDb. But feel free to leave in the comments, or you can email us at 6 and below moviepodcast@gmail.com. Can you message us on Spotify?
I don't think you can, no.
But yeah, if you want to make contact, but probably the best way, leave a comment, and if there's a particular film you want to see us kind of slate or review, or then feel free to leave a comment. And as we mentioned before, please, if you like this video, please give us a like, give us a subscribe. Who do we need to tell?
Tell the gran.
The nan.
That's it.
Tell your nan, tell your granddad, tell your next door neighbour. But we appreciate any support you can give us. And we release new videos every week, every Friday.
And just to let you know as well, we are now doing a bonus content each month. So we go on and let you know about everything that's coming out for the following month. So for an example, everything that's coming out in December, run up towards Christmas, anything that's worth watching.
Cinemas.
We're going to be doing a little podcast bonus one for that as well. So that it's going to be new releases as well as what we'd recommend for that month.
Yes. So that's what's coming out on streaming services and what's coming out on the cinema, what we think is going to be worth a watch. So we're taking a bit of a break from shit movies, and we're going to try and recommend some
good ones
to watch.
Yeah.
Thank you again for your time this week. I've been Erik. This has been Darren.
Hello.
And we'll catch you next week. Take care, guys.
Good night. Bye-bye.